Hello, this is Severe Weather Outlooks. We've got a busy couple of days still. I'm meteorologist Ted Keller. We'll start with today, which is a level 3 out of 5 risk in a large area and covering almost all of Wisconsin, good chunks of Iowa, Illinois, even down into the Kansas City area. So the major cities would be Kansas City, the Davenport, Quad Cities area, Chicago. That's all in the enhanced area: Madison, Wisconsin, Eau Claire, Wisconsin, Rhinelander, all those in a pretty high risk, in the middle of the 5 categories. Large level 2 surrounding that. There is a tornado risk emphasized from Wausau, Wisconsin, down to Davenport, and it would also include the Dubuque area, Madison, Wisconsin, Cedar Rapids, La Crosse, Wisconsin would all be in this high 10% tornado risk. That's the yellow right there. And the intensity level is on the lower end of the scale, but roughly you're talking about, if you just add all this up here, this is a 20% chance or a 1 in 5 chance of a significant tornado above EF2 in this black area right here that extends all the way down to the Missouri border and even into northern Missouri, but really is emphasizing eastern Iowa and south central and central parts of Wisconsin. NATOcast has 2 distinct areas, and this is interesting for my chase today because this is definitely a player, but this is not really good chase country unless you go a little bit east of Eau Claire, where it flattens out a little bit. It's a long drive for me. I'm here. So I'll probably stick to eastern Iowa and see what happens. It'll line out, I think, pretty quick. And as evidence of that, the wind risk for today is highest now from around Janesville down through the Quad Cities, including Rockford, and almost, I think, probably down to Peoria and over into the Hannibal area. So this is expected to be a wind bag, as the industry has coined that phrase. And the wind risk from the Storm Prediction Center is actually at its highest in this red shaded area, 30% chance of a severe wind gust with a low level intensity area, pretty much in favor and matching that, not really offset by a whole lot. There's some hail with this too, 30% chance of severe hail within a 25-mile point from La Crosse sweeping down to Kansas City today. And then we have the CSU outlook, which it has the tornado risk up here in Wisconsin. Again, that is a thing that is probably going to produce some isolated supercells. Just don't know if I have it in me to go up there. Hail, not the highest risk. Wind certainly is. Again, a little bit of a disagreement on CSU. They put the wind maximum where they expect the squall line to be most intense, which is in Wisconsin, whereas other areas are making it from eastern Iowa down into Missouri, into northern Illinois, and both may be right. On Thursday, this shifts to northern and central Illinois, still eastern Iowa and northeast Missouri, on over into Michigan now. They have a level 3 out of 5 severe thunderstorm risk. That's all hazards, tornado, severe winds, or hail. Large areas of level 2 slight risk, that's yellow, and also this other area out here in the east, including lots of Pennsylvania, southern New York State, much of Virginia, and West Virginia as well. The tornado risk is definitely from eastern Iowa into northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, and on over into Michigan tomorrow. Same risk as today, 10%, that yellow area right there. The intensity level, same as today. And we'll see, by the way, for today, Wednesday, always check the SPC because I will be leaving the house here soon. Probably won't do another video like this, but the SPC will update this forecast for today at about 11:30 Central. So just always be watching to see if they increase the intensity levels any. Anyway, back to Thursday. They don't do that. They will update this for tomorrow, I believe, at 12:30 Central. So tornado risk pretty high. Wind risk very high for Thursday. They got a 45% chance of severe wind. This is really expected to be a dangerous squall line from Davenport to Rockford, Madison, Milwaukee, Chicagoland area, and Grand Rapids on Thursday. Slight risk down for my peeps down there in Springfield. I got a separate couple of things I'll snap for that and put it on Facebook here in a minute. The tornado risk for tomorrow is maximized right around Rockford on over to Lake Geneva. I'm very specific about those towns because I'm from Chicago, but that's a 15% risk. A 10% risk is in that same SPC area, and the wind risk, as is expected, is pretty high right around the Chicago metro area. And of course, whenever you have a squall line that produces a widespread, let's say 60 or 70 mile per hour wind gust, you have a high population density up there, so that's likely to make some headlines if that comes to pass. On Friday, this shifts to the northeast with, you can see here, the slight risk area covering much of New York State, almost all, well, yeah, practically all of Pennsylvania, a good chunk of the Virginias as well. And CSU puts that risk, tornado risk is not real high. Hail and wind, again, another wind storm is expected to develop. So that goes from Virginia down into North Carolina. And then this continues to pop up on Saturday, this severe weather risk, the tail end of this system, meaning another weather system coming out of the Rockies, will produce a severe weather risk. Right now, it's a 15% chance of any severe weather. Kansas City is included, Topeka, Omaha, Lincoln, Nebraska, Des Moines on the edge. Most of northern Missouri, Columbia is in this, Kirksville, Quincy, Illinois in that severe risk. And I want to show you what CSU has to say about that. They actually put a little tiny blip of 30% there in eastern Kansas, and the Ozarks are more included in that than in the official SPC forecast. So be advised of that. Sunday, a little bit of risk in South Carolina, and that's about all on these probability charts from CSU. Nothing else significant showing up beyond Sunday. Summing it all up, the next 7 days, supercell composite percentages, high right here. This pretty much sums up what I just said. It's not an individual forecast for any given day. It's just an accumulation of those percentages. And then, kind of a smattering on June 17th through the 23rd, but Ohio seems active, so does the Dakotas, parts of Montana, Nebraska maybe, and then even a separate area in Kansas. And then going on to just about the last 7 days of June. Well, it is the last 7 days of June. Again, what you would expect from climate, high probability Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, back into Iowa.